Hi, I'm Rob. It's Sunday today, so that means it's time to sit down and chat all things ChatGPT and catch up with the news in the week. This week, AutoGPT has still been in the news, and well, rightly so. The autonomous nature of AutoGPT makes it our first sort of glimpse of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, which is a type of AI that can perform human-level intellectual tasks. As a reminder, the difference between something like ChatGPT and something like AutoGPT is that ChatGPT, we would ask, hey, help us please organize a dinner. And it would give you a series of outcomes in which then you would have to go perform those tasks. With AutoGPT and AGI, in theory, the AI agent would be able to execute the output. So it would be making the emails or the phone calls to have the reservations for dinner. For a concrete example, we saw some interesting use cases. Garrett Scott on Twitter released a use case involving AutoGPT creating websites and organizing and executing email tasks. His application is called the Do Anything Machine, and he's looking forward to releasing a version 2 of AutoGPT. If you're interested, you can go ahead and check out his Twitter account, and of course, I'll put a link in the description. Godmode has released a more user-friendly application of AutoGPT. Now, if you go to the site Godmode.space, you can try it out. However, it will ask you to authenticate using your Google, GitHub, Twitter, or alternatively provide your own OpenAI key. Now, I haven't done this yet because I'm a bit more risk averse. I know that there are some potential risks of submitting your OpenAI key, such as privacy risks, such as using up all your tokens. So I'm going to play it a bit safe here, but I'm really curious to check out other people's experiences with Godmode. In other news this week, if you've been doubting that we've been living in a simulation or not, there has been a research paper which makes me sort of believe, well, maybe, possibly. So Stanford and Google have released a study, and what they've done is they've designed a sandbox environment, kind of like The Sims, with 25 generative AI agents. Users can observe and intervene as the agents plan their days, they share news, form relationships, and do some group activities together. What the researchers have done in this study is that they have fused together large language models with computational interactive agents, and this introduces architectural and interaction patterns that can then support and predict and enable believable simulations of what us humans do. Now, the study is pretty cool because it demonstrates individual and group behaviors. And I can imagine that in terms of research, once the cost goes down to simulate and construct something like this, that we're going to see a lot more deeper studies on human behavior, sociological models, group dynamics. And for us geeks, I can imagine this is going to create a vast, intricate world building or universe building mode in video games. And for geeks like myself, I hope and I can imagine that there will be a Stardew Valley mod coming out soon that uses this. Maybe not soon, maybe in 2 or 3 years. A link to the pre-paper is provided in the description, as well as a link to the 2-day demo, but just note that interaction is not available. To turn to our good friends in the US, the Biden administration is seeking public input on possible accountability measures for artificial intelligence systems, as there have been growing concerns over national security and impacts to things like education. The National Telecommunications and Information Administration wants to assure that AI systems are legal, ethical, safe, trustworthy, effective, and they do recognize the enormous benefit that AI systems can bring to society. However, they say that it's crucial to look at the potential consequences and harms. And in other news coming from the US, images that are solely created using AI are not eligible for copyright. The key operative word here is solely created using AI. Now, the policy does state that an artist may modify material originally created by AI technology, but it has to be such to a degree that the modifications by the human meet a standard for copyright protection. Now, I think this is a really good move because I can imagine that without this, we would see a lot of sort of like copyright farms or copyright trolls that would just generate millions of different images and then claim copyright, kind of like we see with patent trolls. Shifting to some development news this week, the code for OpenAI's new approach to AI image generation is available on GitHub. The brilliant Redditor, Topical Soup, describes why this is such a huge impact. Essentially, what consistency does is remove the iterative steps that diffusion has, making it a lot quicker and a lot more efficient. Now, we'll see what this means for generative AI applications and some of the heavyweights like Adobe Firefly. For those that might have been thinking, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, they released a letter urging for the pause of anything beyond development of ChatGPT 4. You can rest assured for now. So in a visit to MIT, the OpenAI CEO and co-founder Sam Altman had said that they are not looking at releasing or developing anything past ChatGPT 4. Interestingly enough, in his discussion, he mentioned that he is pursuing other things than ChatGPT 4. So I'm very curious as to see what is coming down the pipeline for OpenAI. Now let's turn to one of the co-signers of this letter, Elon Musk. He has reportedly bought over 10,000 GPUs for Twitter, and information has come to light that this is actually a part of a secretive AI project. He has reportedly, on March 9th, incorporated a new company called AIX. And this was predicted 4 weeks ago, so it's pretty on brand. He mentioned that he wanted to develop his own AI, one that was not so liberal and so woke. Now, I don't think that this character's pure intentions for signing the letter were like, oh yeah, we need to take a pause. Haha, I'm gonna like catch up and surpass development in this space. I do think that he probably wants to create a refresh or a rebrand of Twitter using generative AI technology, perhaps even AGI, to create kind of like a more advanced WeChat that we see in China. Now, he is somebody who has said that, yeah, government subsidies are bad, we should abolish all government subsidies, while since 2015 he's cumulatively collected almost $5 billion in government subsidies. I'm curious as to what handouts he might try and get discreetly for this. And again, kind of interesting for Americans that the public is funding, some of these private organizations in the space of AI, but they don't collectively own it. So we'll see. And in some stranger news this week, university student Jessica Card has fueled all of our nightmares by hooking up ChatGPT to a Furby. And how she designed this was she used Python's speech recognition library to record audio from a USB mic. That was sent to OpenAI's Whisper library to transcribe, and then that gets sent to ChatGPT. From there, the text from ChatGPT was run through a system called Narrowkey, which plays back through a USB speaker. I, for one, am looking forward to the thrall of the AI Furby overlord, and seeing a graphic like this pop up in a textbook in the future sometime soon. And in my life this week, I, like 500 other people in Amsterdam, went to the Amsterdam forest to see the cherry blossoms. It was beautiful and there were a lot of people. Now, you know those times when you get somewhere and in 10 seconds you're like, okay, I've seen it. And then you think about the ice cream that you have waiting at home. Yeah, it was one of those things. And that's it for the week. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please go ahead, like and subscribe. It helps a lot and would mean a lot to me. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.